The biannual Sharjah Festival is one of the biggest events in the Middle Eastern art world. This year, for the first time ever, organisers invited 4 satellite cities to help host and gave each one of them a theme. Dakar got water, Beirut was given food, while Ramallah was asked to tackle earth. The 4th city chosen was our lovely Istanbul. So our Elif Bereketli went to check out what it was given.
If you're in the shadows of a world landmark like the Hagia Sophia, it's easy to be overlooked. But the Abu Efendi mansion in Istanbul has had a lot of uses over the years. It's been a home, a movie theatre and a school. It was built at the end of the 19th century. Today it looks a bit haunted, but for a month it's being mostly haunted by art lovers.
One of the most prominent art events in the world, Sharjah Biennial, holds one of its off-site exhibitions in this mansion this year. Approximately 25 artworks are scattered in the 4-story building. Its kitchen, its bathroom, its stairs and its spacious rooms. Pretty much all the building is full of art now.
Each city chosen for the biennial satellite exhibitions was given a theme. Istanbul's is crops.
Start thinking about crops, I actually was thinking about crops as mechanism for thinking about growth in general. So I started thinking about seeds and what we do when we plant seeds underneath the ground, and then when they're growing up, what do we wait for? What happens when we're waiting for them? And this whole project is a little bit about sleep, and it's about a thing called seed dormancy.
The team inspired other concepts as well: spring, living things, growth. All the artists had different takes. Some played with the idea of genetically modified. Some focused on the migration of pearl mullet fish. Others organized a pickling workshop. 2 artists chose the potato as a metaphor.
Burcu Yağcıoğlu and Ülgen Semerci, who are working together, 2 artists who are working together, who thought of the idea of potato, like the potatoes which are actually grown underground, and the potato as it takes roots underneath the earth gathers energy, and that energy blossoms into something that gives us energy for eating and sustaining ourselves. They thought of the idea of the potato, the roots of the potato, as something that is related to the mansion as well.
But it wasn't only Yağcıoğlu and Semerci who found inspiration in thinking about roots.
This room is what artist Jean Mode calls a multicultural microforest. Plants from diverse origins are growing here, sharing the same earth. What the project stresses is the interconnectedness of roots, senses and values within concrete spaces.
Plants and trees are the departure points for an art collective too. Signs of Time used them to make 200 pages of handmade paper. It wants to remind visitors where paper comes from.
Paper is made up of plant fibers and trees. This is how we approach the situation. But this obviously is not your typical paper. The time we spent together as a group is reflected in the paper we made. We added the leftovers of the tea we drank. We included our notes for this artwork, the pencil shavings, or even things we ate like dried fruit.
Signs of Time chose to put its work around the mansion's staircase.
So we thought that being in touch with every floor was only possible by covering the whole building with paper, and that was possible by using the stairs. This way we could engage with the mystery of the building.
Performances are also being held in the mansion's basketball court for the biennial. One of its walls is covered with mold, but it didn't pose a problem.
More than a limitation, it became like something to work with, and it's creatively, each creatively worked with it, and I think it was actually interesting to see the results. At the end of the day, you can't pretend that this is not an old mansion, that this is a white cube gallery space. We are sort of, if you will, guests in the mansion, and we are working with it. So in a way, I always said that the mansion is almost like another artist in this exhibition, and it is definitely a character.
Crops appears to be a good theme for this exhibition. It's made even the venue grow some great ideas. Elif Bereketli, TRT World, Istanbul.